Today I'm starting over with nothing on a brand new account and seeing if I could beat FC Mobile without going to sleep. To do so, I have to reach FC Champion in head-to-head, but because I can't spend any money, this challenge is going to be tough. Hopefully the new World Cup mode will help us out, but with that being said, let's get into it. So here we are on the brand new account. It's currently 9:20 AM here on Thursday, and of course the goal is to reach FC Champion before I go to sleep. So let's get right into it to not waste any time. I'm going to get into the account setup, which should take about 10-15 minutes, so I'll see you in a bit once I've completed everything. Alright, so the account setup is done. This was the starting team that we were given, and when we auto build, this is the team that we now have. So of course I chose Canada as my starting team and was able to get a 112 overall CDM out of the first draft. So we're already up to a 94 overall, which will give us a handful of gems and will allow us to open up a couple drafts. But before we even get into that, we have 10 or 11 drafts that we could do here in the welcome draft. I completed a couple quests ahead of time, which is why I'm able to do this. So let's get into it. We're not going to get anybody good out of here, but it will be half decent players. We got a CM that we can use, a couple center backs, and that's pretty much it. Let's get into the final one here. Once again, I don't think it's going to be a walkout. Yeah, but we do get a striker. So let's add some of these players into the team. We'll add in the new center mid up to 96 overall. We do have a couple center backs we can add in up to 97. Here's another center back up to 99. And with this striker, we should be at 100. Yes, we are, which means we're going to get all the gems that we could get for overall increases. So I just logged out of the game, came back in, and we're now going to get a bunch of gems. First off, some gems here for linking the account. So I believe we get 2,000 total, as well as some rank up points. And then we're also going to get, I want to say like 10 to 15,000 gems here for reaching 100 overall. Okay, we're now up to 14,000 gems, and we're going to use those here on some drafts. So hopefully we could get a handful of decent players. There's nobody crazy out of the drafts this week, although I think today at reset, Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi will be coming out, but we cannot wait until then. We need to get better players now, so let's get into these drafts. If we could get at least one walkout here at the very beginning, that would be great, even though it is unlikely. We get a goalkeeper, okay, very important position to have a higher rating in. Also, in a couple hours, I believe, oh, we get a full B already. Wait, no shot. Striker, okay. What rating is he going to be at? I believe it's 116, right? 115, that is okay though. At least we have a better striker now. 5-star, 3-star, 130 pace. Okay, usually I like a 4-star weak foot player, but we will definitely take that. He's going to be a great addition to the team. We can do one more draft now. Can we get back-to-back full B? Not likely. Oh wow, we do. That's so lucky. Okay, Mexico here, center mid. Is it going to be a 116 this time? That would be great. Any higher ratings, amazing. Yeah, 116 rated. We will definitely take that. 4-star, 4-star, great overall stats. He's going to be our attacking midfielder for this challenge. So let's add these players in. Something I was trying to say before we got cut off by those walkouts is in a couple hours, I'll be able to pick 3 players that are given as gifts here for the World Cup. I'm not quite sure exactly when they're going to unlock for me, but we're going to get a choice of Brazilian players, Argentinian players, and Moroccan players, I believe. And so when that happens, I'll get a guy like Vini Jr. or Rafinha into the team. I'll pick up like a Julian Alvarez and a couple other players that will be very helpful for us. So even though the starting team here isn't great, it will be enough to carry us forward. So I'm going to go and play a bunch of matches, get some rewards out of division rivals, hopefully unlock those players here pretty soon. And then once we have that going, I could then get into the World Cup event where I'm able to get 2 really good players out of the Chronicles section. We now have a choice between Klose, Pirlo, and Cannavaro. I'll probably go for Cannavaro. And then we also, of course, get from last week a choice between Zinedine Zidane, Thuram, and Suker here. I forgot who it was at first, but yeah. So out of these 3 guys, so I'm going to probably go for Zidane, probably go for Cannavaro. And then, like I said, we'll have Vini Jr. and those guys as well pretty soon. So that's my goal, or that's my plan at least for the very beginning of this challenge. Of course, we'll see where this challenge takes us. There's also some players that we could claim in the World Cup event in the live overall section. So a lot of things to do, but for now all I need to do is to get into some head-to-head matches, level up in the game, progress through the divisions, get some rewards, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm back and it's maybe been like 30 or 45 minutes. I played enough that I have a few thousand gems here, a couple draft vouchers, and we can now get our road to 26 player picks. So the first one I'm going to do is for Brazil here. There's 5 great choices. Really though, 3 are the only ones I'm interested in: Rafinha, Endrick, and Vini. I would love to try out Endrick and Rafinha, but I have used this Vini card card before and he's broken, so we have to go for him. Next, we have the player pick for Norway and Morocco. We have some very good players here. Brahim would be great on the right wing. Erling Haaland would be amazing. Ryerson would be great. But the player I'm going to go for, and this might be a surprise, is going to be Bonu. I think I'm mispronouncing that, but having a goalkeeper that's pretty good right out the gate essentially will lock down this position for us for the rest of the challenge. And then the final player pick we have is for Argentina. I would love to go for my Madrid boy Mastantuono, but we have to go for Julian Alvarez at striker. I just think he's going to be our best striker option here for the next little while. So let's add them into the team. Vinny Jr. goes in at left wing. We have our new goalkeeper there, and then Alvarez is in at striker. I did add in one right mid that I forgot that I even had, so we have a new player in at right wing. We definitely need a new center attacking mid, but Vinny Jr. and Alvarez will be great up top. I mean, without any training and just using his rank up points, he has 163 pace, 130 plus shooting, passing, and dribbling, and great physical. This Vinny Jr. card is broken, and then Julian Alvarez is also 4-star, 4-star, and when I use his skill points, has great shooting, dribbling, and pace. So these guys really should help us out here. The only positions now I'm really worried about, like I said, is center attacking mid and right back. Alphonso Davies will hold his own at left back. I might even leave him in there for a while, but like I said, we have some gems and 2 draft vouchers. I joined the league, completed some quests, so we have a couple drafts we could get into here. I believe we're guaranteed a pool B potentially. We get a right back, okay, that fills one of the positions I need, but can we get a pool A player early on? That would be crazy. No, we get a new left wing though. Okay, 2 more drafts to go. Can we? Oh, I think we get a pool A player. I saw gold. We get check. Okay, it's gonna be Schick. 119 rated. Okay. So we just got Julian Alvarez. We maybe should have gone for a right back then instead, but we get Schick, 119 pool A player after like 10 drafts. That's pretty crazy. He has the precision header playstyle, but I do have to be honest, 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves is actually really bad. And I know this might be crazy, but I'm considering not using him at all. My playstyle does not include a lot of crosses, so I don't know if he's really going to be worth it. And to be honest, it might be worth just putting him in for 5,000 shards. Like I said, that might be crazy. I'm gonna think on it here for the next couple hours, but to be completely honest, I don't know if I'm even gonna use him in the team. Anyways though, we did get a pool A player right off the gate, or right out the gate. That's very surprising. Do we get into the pool B? No, we do not, but that's okay. So regardless, we do have one upgrade to make for the team. We have a new right back. We're up to 110, and so far the team felt good without all of our additions. With these additions now, we should easily be able to get up into the world-class ranks with only a few hours of grinding. So I'm going to get into the grind now. I'm going to do a little bit now, then I'm going to get ready, and today I'm actually going to stream some of this video live. So if you watched the live stream, you would have seen a preview of what this video will look like, but then after that live stream, I'm just going to grind for the rest of the night, and of course you'll see the rest of the updates today. So I'm going to get into the grind, hopefully make a bunch of progress, and I'll see you later when we're hopefully in at least the pro ranks, potentially the world-class ranks. Okay, we're back, and it's now quite a few hours later. It's currently 10:19 p.m. and in the past little bit, I've done a ton of grinding, some while live, some off camera, and during that time, I was able to open up a couple packs, opened up a couple drafts on live, and get a bunch of resources, as well as reach World Class 4 here in head-to-head. So we are making decent progress. I think I lost 1 match so far out of all the matches, maybe 2 max, but we're now in World Class 4, and I gotta say, the team feels pretty decent for this level. When we get up into the legendaries, that's where stuff is going to get tough, but for now, this team has done a job. So as you can see, not much has changed here. The only major changes was we got a new right center back, which of course is Virgil van Dijk for logging in for the second day. Aside from that, just been rocking the same team. Julian Alvarez has been amazing for us. Vinny Jr. is a demon, and the rest of the team is pretty good, but we really do need some upgrades for multiple positions in the team. So the main position I'm going to go for is right wing. I already have a player in mind we're going to get for that. And then of course the defense will be very important. I've been getting cooked a couple times by my opponent's wingers just for being faster, so we definitely need to bolster that up, as well as one center back. I think center back might be most important, and then we'll go for the fullback. So out of the packs that I opened on the live stream, we did not get anything good out of there. We will be putting those players in for shards, and I have made the decision that I will put in Schick for shards. I'm just not exactly sure who I'm going to get with those shards just yet, because we can get like 3 or 4 pretty decent players or 1 really good player with that amount of shards. Anyways, let's get into some drafts here. We have 1 draft as well as some gems. We do have the new Nations Team B draft out. Of course, my nation, Canada, is in here, so I have to go for this one. Going for the previous one might make more sense if we're going for attackers, but we gotta go for Alphonso. So let's get into it. If we could get another Pool A, that would be crazy. At least one Pool B would be amazing, though. I think we're not going to be guaranteed Pool B yet, but Pool A, crossing our fingers for that. We did not get anything here. We do get a new center back, though, which will be an upgrade on the team. We've definitely needed that. We got nothing out of the third one here, and then the final draft that we could do for now, will it be a Pool B or Pool A? I don't know why my game's lagging, but Pool B. We get Qatar, okay. CDM, no clue. Honestly, not very familiar with the Qatar team. 115 overall. Like I said, I don't know why my game is laggy here, but we'll take this player and put him in for Shard. So the only upgrades out of all those packs is going to be a new center back. We'll put him in at left center back. Perfect. Now I think we have a half decent back line, but we do have two players we need to get. So now that we have a better center back, I might hold off on the player that I was going to put in at center back, but I do have a right winger that I'm definitely getting, and that is from the attacker section. We have 2,000 of the World Game Token Age from grinding, and because of that, I'm going to get two players out of here. So the first one's going to be Pedro Neto. I mean, his stats are pretty crazy. 4-star, 4-star, 142 pace at base, 135 dribbling. He should be a great addition out wide on the right wing. And then we also need probably a better fullback. So maybe we'll go for a right back or maybe even center mid. I haven't checked who's in the midfield and defender section, but we got to pick up at least one of them. We're later on in the challenge now, later on in the grind, so we just have to start spending our resources here if we want to make good progress. So, all right, so I looked through everybody, and out of all the players, I think we need to go for a better right back, so I'm going to get Pedro Porro here into the team. Of course, we might need a left back more than a right back, because currently we have the base Alphonso Davies in there, but Davies has worked really well for me, especially considering he is an attacking fullback, and I tend to use my fullbacks a decent amount along with my wingers, so keeping Davies in the team and then getting Pedro Porro, who is an attacking-minded fullback, into the team as well will be a huge addition. So let's get these guys in here. We have Neto in at right wing, Porro in at right back, and now I think it's time to put in our players, our extra players, for Shards, and then go and pick up a better player from the star signings. Although before we do that, I did see that we got some gems here from the season rewards, so let's claim those, go open up 2 more drafts. I think we'll have enough for 2 more, yeah, and then we'll get into the final upgrade. Maybe we could get a Pool A player out of these final 2 here. Not likely. Okay, we don't get a Pool A on the first one. We do get a duplicate center back. Can we get a 115 plus? Potentially. Not Pool A, not a walkout either, but we do get a new center mid. Will he be worth? You know what? That's actually a half decent card, but I don't think he's going to work with the chemistry of my midfield because I do need a defensive minded center mid. He's been good enough at center attacking mid and he's been good at center mid. Of course, at some point I do want to get the Zinedine Zidane from the chapter. I just don't know if I have the time or I'm willing to spend the time going through and completing the 9 matches required. And so because of that, let's now go get a player the fastest way we know how, and that is by putting in everybody that we don't need here. Crazy that we're putting in a 119, but it is what it is. He doesn't fit with my playstyle. We're now up to 8,000 shards, and with those shards, I'm going to get a new midfielder. And the midfielder I'm going to go for is one I've wanted to try out for a long time, and that is the brand new Vitinha. I haven't used a card of his in game in like forever, mainly because I think he is oftentimes a CDM, but he is one of the best center mids in the entire world, one of the best midfielders in the world, if not the best midfielder in the world, and I'm excited to try him out finally in FC Mobile. And the reason why I got him, on top of the fact that I've wanted to use him for a while, is the fact that his stats are crazy. I mean, 141 pace with 147 dribbling and very balanced across every single stat. Aside from that, 4-star, 4-star, I mean, you really cannot get better than this kind of midfielder in the game. So, fitting for how he is in real life. Of course, we still have just under 2,000 shards to spend. I'm not going to spend them though right now, but the thing I am going to do is add Vitinha in at right center mid. He's going to be our tempo midfielder and the one that can do a little bit more defensive duties than the rest. So we have a pretty good team. Now all we have to do is rank up a couple players here to give ourselves an edge against some opponents in head-to-head, and then from there we could get into a head-to-head match. I will do one live. So we're in World Class 4. Let's get into a match. Hopefully we don't end up facing like a 122 overall team. I've faced a couple of those already, but even if we do, I am confident that we could overcome them. them, I do see Kushanov as their as their captain. That might be 118 rated Kushanov. But like I was saying, even if they have a good team, I'm confident that we can win this match. And it looks like they're going to be on a pretty even playing field aside from their defense. All right, what kind of team are they rocking? They got Pele, Cunha. All right, they do have that Kushanov I was thinking about. Half decent team. We'll have to see what happens here, but let the best player win. Okay, might have an opportunity here. Neto laid off to Alvarez. Alvarez is good. Finesse shots just don't work the same as they used to. So instead, I'm going to cut here, come around. Can we get the shot off? What a goal there by Julian Alvarez. This guy is crazy. Oh my gosh, what skill move was that? No, I just got cooked. All right, Vinny Jr. out on the right wing. Don't know what he's doing out here, but he did get past the defender. I thought about going inside. Instead, I'm just going to go straight for it with Vinny. Beautiful 2-1 in the 82nd minute. We should be able to get another goal. Not sure if that finesse is going to work. It actually does this time. Okay, 3-1. And that's the match. We got another win. I'm now going to get into the grind, and hopefully in about an hour or two, we're up into the legendary ranks and are making our way towards FC Champion. All right, I am back, and it is now 12:17 a.m. on Friday, so it's been about 2 hours since I last recorded, and we are now up into Legendary 3, and I'm kind of shocked by this, but so far I've gone on a decent run. As you can see, we did have one loss, but I'm facing a lot of 120 plus overall teams and still managing to come out on top. Now, of course, as you can see by the scores, 3-2 literally 3 times in a row. The matches have been tight, but we are managing to get the job done with the team that we have. So nothing has changed since my last recording. This team has done really well. Someone I've been really surprised with is my base Alphonso Davies. I mean, his stats aren't crazy, but he locks up almost every single attacker that I face, which is crazy. This Mexican center mid has also been outrageous. I mean, I always find him in the best positions possible, scores tons of goals for us. Vitinha, I'm telling you, one of the best center mids in the entire game that I've ever tried. The runs he makes, his finishing ability, his final pass, everything about this card is broken. So crazy pickup. Really glad that we got him. Pedro Neto has been great for us, and then of course Vinny Jr. and Julian Alvarez have been great, but Julian Alvarez has been like the perfect striker for me. He's always in the right position. He's able to hold off defenders, and scoring goals with him is so easy. So far the team has been okay, but we are not near FC Champion yet. We still have a couple ranks to go, but if we do win, like if my math is correct, maybe 7 in a row, we will be an FC Champion. So we are on our way now into Legendary 3. Let's get into a match live though. I want to show you this team and how it's playing, but if everything can go smoothly, we will be done this challenge in, let's say, an hour or so. I do expect to get, a couple losses here and there, but we'll have to see. So it's going to be a tough team here. One thing I forgot to do was I wanted to rank up a couple players before going into this match, but we'll do that after. I think rank ups are really going to help us here, getting a slight edge on our opponents. This is our team. I did train up Vinny a little bit. I think that might be different from last time. Training up Vinny. This is, oh no, Cherokee. That Cherokee is going to destroy my defense. Okay, I've been facing a lot of 3-4-3. It's going to be tough, but let's see if we could do it. No, he got in front of my defender. Oh no. No shot. No, not again. Yeah, I'm like, just cross spam. What am I gonna do? All right, well, that is the third loss of the challenge. Luckily, we still had 1 star here in Legendary 3, so let's get into another match and hopefully win this match this time. All right, let's see what kind of opponents we're gonna face here. Team's looking decent. I saw they were like a 120 over. Okay. Yildiz Dembele Di Maria. I don't like that, but 4-3-3, we might be able to do something here. I've been struggling with a lot of the 3-back formations, so maybe we could do something here with a 4-back. No. This is not good. Get back. Poto, get back. Why are you not running back, dude? Ugh. Potentially good here. Back inside to Julian. Julian, finish it off. Yes, what a goal there. What a goal. Like I said, Julian Alvarez is always in the right position. All right, ball to our center attacking mid, off to Vinny. Vinny, we have no pace here, so I'm going to have to figure something out. Into the center. Back across to our center attacking mid, and we get the goal. Wow. No, don't let this happen. No. Oh, my team just cannot handle aerial battles. Like, no matter what, I lose them. Okay, Julian here. Little skill move to get around him. Good. Neto. Julian. Skill move again. Can we finish it off this time? Yes, we can. Julian Alvarez. Oh my gosh, this guy's a demon. Pass top of the box. Get a shot off. Can we do something here? Yes, we can with our center attacking mid. That's the game. And there you go. Got another win. I'm going to get back into the grind now. Hopefully, well, actually, I'm going to rank up a couple players first, then get back into the grind, and hopefully in a little bit, we'll be close to FC champion. All right, I'm back, and it is now 1:42 a.m. I am struggling to stay awake, and we're currently in Legendary 3. I did get all the way up into Legendary 2. I was one win away from Legendary 1, and then I ended up losing a bunch of matches. As you can see, it has been a rough go. A lot of the teams I'm facing are crazy. I mean, look at this one, 125 overall, FC champion in all 3 division rival game modes. Don't even know why I'm facing him, to be honest, but that is the way FC Mobile is sometimes. So that was a really tough match. As you saw, when they went 4-2 up, I just gave up on that match, but really tough games, really good opponents. To be fair though, a lot of people are very good at FC Mobile, but because my team isn't the best, I'm just not able to compete at the level I want. But I am trying my best because I know that we definitely could get there if given enough time and mental strength and energy. But this is a team we're working with. As you can tell, I ranked up a couple people, trained up a couple people, but because of the time, I don't think I'm going to be able to go on much longer. So I'm going to make my final upgrade to the team now, and then we're going to go on a gauntlet run. And if we lose any matches, that's going to be the end of the challenge. So the main positions I need upgrades in are currently center attacking mid and center back. Of course, center back could be really helpful, but I think center attacking mid might be the best option just because it will give me a little bit more options in attack, especially considering I have 3 really good attackers now with Vinny, Alvarez, and Neto. This guy has been decent and scored a handful of goals, but almost every single time I get with him, or I get the ball with him rather, in front of goal or at the top of the box, I just can't really do much at all. He's not fast enough, doesn't have enough shooting, and all that jazz. So we definitely need a better center attacking mid. Maybe I'll go and try to get a better center back. Not quite sure. It will all depend on how many shards we have. But to hopefully get a few more shards, we are going to get into 1 draft here. I was hoping we'd have 2, but just 1. We don't get a walkout. It is a CDM. We'll take it though. So not what we wanted to see out of there. We don't have any other way to get gems here. I got all the way up into Legendary 2. So because of that, let's go into star signings, and I'm going to put in 2 players that we no longer need. I believe that's it. Yeah, it is. Okay. So 300 extra shards. We now have 3,000. What kind of center attacking mid could we get for 3,000? I doubt it's anything crazy. Maybe a 117 if we're lucky. And if there's no great center attacking mids, I might just go for a center back anyway. So we have Rosicky here. I don't know why I thought I could get him. He's 5,500. We can't get him. Who could we get? Oh, sorry for yawning. My bad. I had like the worst sleep in my life yesterday. Okay, we have Fermin, Rabiot, Akliouche might be decent, Joao Felix, Palmer is just in range. Okay, I was hoping to try out one of the new World Cup players. Maybe Kramaric would actually be good. He's 4-star, pretty good dribble. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Kramaric. I've used some of his other cards in the past and he's done really well. So let's get into this one, or let's pick up this one, and then because we have enough shards, maybe we'll go for a 116 or a 115 center back as well. Someone who's a little bit more meta than the current center back that we have. So Kramaric into the club, we will take that. Let's see what we can get for center back options. All the best ones, or the semi best ones, would all be like that 5,000, 6,000 shard range, and then the other ones are they're all 2,000. Okay, that's tough. Let's go a little bit further here until we find some 115s from the new event that we could try out. These picks are not looking too good. Van de Ven, you know what? Oh, he's 1,700. Yeah, okay. Once we swap out our center attacking mid, he will fit into the team, or we'll have enough shards, sorry, for the team. So I'm going to training transfer everything over to Kramaric. That reminds me, I have to do a little bit of training here in a second, but Kramaric is in, and now that we've done that, we could put in this final guy and have enough shards to go get Van de Ven, a player that I feel like I've barely used in FC Mobile, but he's always really pacey with good defending physical and is fairly tall. So, I mean, fairly tall. He's like, what, 6'5" or something? So he's going to be a good help in the center back position. Hopefully a little bit better than the current center back that we have. We'll just skip that. But these here are going to be the final upgrades we make for the team. Now, if I did spend a little bit more time in the live events, I definitely could have gone and got someone like Zidane in at center mid, maybe Thuram instead. Cannavaro could have been a good choice, maybe Andre Pirlo as well. But at the end of the day, I think the team that we built is pretty good. I mean, Vitinha, the combination of the attack with Vitinha and our left center mid, I can't remember his name or can't pronounce it, Fidal, Hidalgo, they have been great. So this is a team that we're going to go into the final gauntlet with. Hopefully we could get a couple wins in a row here and at least have a try or have a shot at reaching FC champion. But if we lose a match, I think I have to call it there because I'm genuinely exhausted. My head is pounding. All right, so seeing the preview right out the gate, we know it's going to be a tough game. They're going to be a 120-121 overall team. Not what you want to see, but it is a challenge worth taking. Oh my, okay. Ooh, that whole team is pretty good, but Foden kicked my ass in a recent game, and I'm kind of scared of him. So hopefully we could pull out a win, at least a draw, and make a little bit more progress towards FC champion. It looks like they weren't playing there for the first couple seconds, but nah, oh no, that's dangerous. Okay, what? I was literally marking him and trying to tackle him, and how did that even happen? Back. No, I'm so cooked. Hold the keeper. He's gonna hit the finesse shot early. Yeah, okay. Can I get that? Okay. I mean, Olise with tiki taka, like, no. All right, that is a brutal way to go out, but I'm gonna have to leave it there. I would love to keep grinding and try to go for it, but it is now 2 a.m. and it's just unhealthy to try to stay up even like the 4 or 5 a.m. challenges. As fun as they are, I also have to be, I gotta be smart. So unfortunately, we are gonna end off this challenge here at Legendary 3, having reached Legendary 2 with 2 stars and then getting knocked all the way back down to Legendary 3. I really thought I had a chance, but it is what it is. In the end though, this is a team that we built, and I really do think it, with enough time, you know, if I spent another 2 to 3 hours on this, I could definitely hit FC champion with this team, but this is just going to be the end of the road for us here. So pretty good team, had a lot of fun using it. Gotta shout out Vitinha. If you guys have a chance to try him out or are thinking of trying him out, incredible center mid. Neto is decent, but for any new player, use Alvarez and Vinny. Those 2 guys are broken for free players. But with that said, we're going to end the challenge there. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I had a ton of fun making it. If you did enjoy, please drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.